Hey gang, just wanted to touch base, put this video out real quick. We have a couple others that are already in the queue, so to speak. One of them needs to be edited, um, and we're working on that. That's going to be a good one. I was able to go and visit David and his family, and we put together something that I think you're going to like. Um, However, I'm trying to put out something once a week or so, and we've got the rough outline of about 15, maybe 20 of these things already put together. So it's just a matter of sitting down when I have a place to myself and cutting them. Each one probably takes me about an hour to do, um, drawing up the outline and all that kind of stuff. So if we go a week without me putting something out, it's because I haven't been able to grab that much time when I have the room to myself. However, wanted to do a little bit of a teaser vid talking about these here. These are the Pioneer Women paring knives. If you're a follower of Ed Calderon's on social media, you're probably already quite familiar with these. Ed's been a huge influence on us. We don't really teach his methodologies too much, but he's the one that introduced David and myself to Libre, and and we had the pleasure of knowing him a bit before he blew up and became internet famous. He's been on the Joe Rogan podcast a couple of times now, and I don't know how many millions of people listen to that show on the regular basis. But all of he's big enough now that he has like a team of secretaries that handle his stuff for him and post on his behalf. So it's not quite as easy as getting in touch with him as it was back when we kind of hit it off back in the day. However, he's been promoting these knives. They are sold for about 20 bucks. 20 bucks at Walmart. They're also for sale at Amazon. They come in different colors if that matters to you, which it shouldn't. But they are an interesting blade. They are full tang. I'm assuming it's not skeletonized on the inside, although it might be. Doesn't really matter. But they're very sturdy, and they came to Ed's attention when a student brought one to one of his organic medium classes. If you've never taken an organic medium class, that's basically when a knife instructor will bring in or have brought in a freshly slaughtered animal, typically it's a pig, to the class site, and the class site is usually in a warehouse of some sort, and they'll hoist it up, and then it gives you a chance to, after you've been practicing with the different techniques and stuff, you're able to then practice it on something that closely replicates a human body. And so you're able to, first of all, get an idea of what that feels like, and also gives you a chance to see how your blade performs, especially if it's hitting ribs or something like that. You know, Sometimes just the handle isn't really conducive to dealing with things. So it performs very, very well in those classes, and at 20 bucks, most of the features of the sharp finger that we talked about in that prior video come into play with this. There are a couple of drawbacks. Unlike the sharp finger, which has a little bit of the upswept blade, we use this to hook wrists and forearms and maybe even hands, to draw them down so that we're able to attack the vital zones that we're going for on our enemies. And just having that little bit of a hook really does help with that. Another benefit of the sharp finger is that because it's been around for so long, they haven't really changed the dimensions of it at all. So we feel quite confident that once we're able to get a reliable Kydex maker, we don't have to worry about having all sorts of different versions of the sheath for different types of knives. He can just make a huge batch of these things and sell them. And so whereas with the Pioneer knife, it's come out, Pioneer woman knife, it's come out within the last couple of years, and this is already the second version. Uh, there's a slight difference between this one and version 1.0. So who knows how long it's going to be that they'll be making this exact one, and also Who knows if the company that is manufacturing will still make them to the same quality level or make them at all. So it doesn't quite have a track record, and that's important when you're trying to promote something and have it be a consistent thing. We're trying to put out information that's going to last the test of time to a large extent. So the reason why we even started looking at these Pioneer woman knives is because we were having such extreme challenges getting sheaths made. The This one here, I got two of these, and it took me a year after I ordered them. And this is from a guy who spent all the money that he needed to make a really nice website for himself. He promotes himself all over social media. He does all this work, and like with so many of these other guys, if not all the other guys that I've worked with, it's a side hustle for them, but they're bringing a employee mentality to their side hustle, and that's why they're not able to scale it up and walk away from their day job. I've had not only issues getting stuff that I've ordered in a timely fashion, but somebody will agree to do something, and then when I ask them, okay, cool, how much is it going to cost? How should I pay you? They'll ghost me, and I've had that happen like 4 or 5 times. So when we finally got Eugene, I was hoping that he would be a consistent source of sheaths for us, and he hasn't been. So we started looking elsewhere, and because Ed's manifesto being on the Joe Rogan podcast, when he starts talking about stuff, there's a million people or whatever that are following him on different platforms, and he has the ability to promote things, and then small scale makers will oftentimes come alongside that, and if they're serious, they can ride that wave of popularity of things that are being promoted. So we were hoping that we would be able to get a reliable Kydex maker for these, and then we could just promote these to you guys, or if you didn't already have the sharp finger and stuff. However, it hasn't worked out quite like that. We have two different manufacturers that we've been working with. I actually like this guy's work. I wouldn't say it's better quality. I just say it's a design that's probably a little bit more beneficial to us, the way that we carry things. Although there's nothing wrong with this particular item as well. And I'm not going to go into the details too much about these for a couple of reasons. One is that we haven't been able to contract with these guys to have them agree to make the numbers that we need. That's a big problem. Also, in the case of this guy, he screwed up the order. And when I asked him to, okay, well, what do I need to do to, I ordered it with 2 belt loops and an elastic shock cord, and they came without any of that stuff. So I was like, okay, don't worry about it. How much will it cost me to just buy those and have them shipped out, and I'll just attach them myself. Ghosted me. Okay, so left me on red, as it said. So this guy, he does great work, but he makes 5 or 6 other products, and he makes things in batches. So I don't even know if he would be open to it. I'm going to reach out to him and see. But he would need to make like a private batch just for us, and it's not something that he does all the time. And the design is good. It isn't. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not quite as it's basically you're carrying it in the vertical position, and that's not. We like to have options. Let's just put it that way. So that's what's going on. We are always learning more, always studying more, always trying to bring you guys the best that we possibly can. We talk about you guys pretty much every conversation and ideas that we have. So if you're in the market for a knife and you're willing to risk life and limb to go into Walmart, these are sold in the household goods area where they sell pots and pans. Pastor Israel told me that there are different, it's not just the paring knife. You basically, they sell one that has a ceramic blade, and obviously you don't want that. And then there's another one that I guess he was saying was not full tang. So just look and make sure that it has the features that you want. These are a 4-inch long blade. The sharp finger is only 3. Doesn't really matter when it comes to this type of implement, but these are fairly readily available, and they're definitely on Amazon, the same price point. You know, so if you're going to be placing an order on Amazon anyways, might as well just toss one in your cart. Okay? Have a great day.